Meet Steve. Steve saw a cute woman and wants to know her, but in the last 20 seconds, Steve has checked his own pulse. Watched a hype video for a guy wearing a backwards cap who has never once talked to a woman in his life, and, for reasons nobody in this story can explain, found is now holding an entire basketball. While looking at her, Steven came up with a dozen excuses to not go over, reasons even he couldn't explain. Steve wants to say hi. And that's the whole shot, but Steve is treating it like a game 7. Here's the thing, none of it was actually about her, it was a fake show designed to make Steve feel ready. But the pulse check didn't help him talk. The video guy has never once used his own advice. And the basketball, nobody in this video can explain the basketball yet, because nobody can. Least of all, Steve. Steve kisses the ball for luck, walks up, opens his mouth, and out comes. Hey, so, this is probably weird, but
That
Yeah, he missed the shot. Doesn't touch the ring, doesn't touch the backboard. Need to just leave the building, and possibly the city. Somewhere, a scout for a rival team is taking notes on how not to do this. That's for sure. And here's the part that actually stinks. More preparation wouldn't have saved that shot. Steven didn't need a better pep talk. He needed to take it 20 seconds earlier, before his brain built an entire stadium around one sentence and sold tickets to it. Here's something that will ruin your whole week. The best three-point shooters alive still miss more than half the shots every season. Not one bad season, but each and every season. And they take the next one exactly the same way they took the last one. No extra ritual, no pep talk, and definitely no basketball kissing. Did you hear that, Steve? Good. They're not better because they found a ritual that guarantees the balls goes in. Nothing can guarantee that. Not for them, not for you, not for the guy in the hype video. They better because they made the shot small. One attempt out of hundreds. You miss it. Drugs, and get back on the game to try again. Here's a good math that you really want to know. If every shot you take 20 seconds of pulse checking, hype videos, and inexplicable basketball ownership, you get maybe 3 shots a night before you get too exhausted to speak. But if a shot takes only 2 seconds because there is no ritual attached to it, and just taking the risk, you get as many as the night can give to you. The pros aren't playing a different game with better odds, they are just playing a way more shots. That's the whole refrain. Not fearless, not a genius Casanova, just play more shots than the guy standing next to him, because his shots doesn't cost him 20 seconds of spread each. Now, picture our friend Steve at 10 different bars of 10 different nights, saying completely normal, "Hi, I think you're cute," every single time. No ritual, no basketball. Most nights, nothing happens. Yeah, but a couple of nights, something does. He's not gambling everything for one perfect shot anymore. He's just shooting the shot. Stevie was making his one high feels like the finals. That was the actual mistake. Not his words, the size he's made in the moment in his own head before he even opened his own mouth. Well, now you'll see why you're missing the shots. But let me show you how to make better shots. First thing to steal from actual basketball players, good shooting form is boring. Yeah, same elbow angle, same follow through, whether it's practice or the finals. Zero flair. That's exactly what makes it repeatable. Steve's versions of form was a full production. Post checks, hyper reels, live action basketball kissing. The version that works is almost insultingly simple. Walk up, say something like, "Is this still taken?" and mean it treating like as much as you'd treat a friend. And the same idea works with basically anything. Let me show you. This coffee is criminally bad. What do you think? It works. I'm trying to decide between 2 cakes, orange or chocolate. Which one did you take? It works. None of it is clever. It's just action. All of it is just you talking like an actual person instead of a guy trying to make the girl like you. And it's not a genius line, and that's the entire point. Genius lines have a tiny margin of forever. One perfect delivery, one perfect reaction, or the whole thing face plants in front of both of you. I know. Sound a little boring. I know. But boring lines can't really face plant. Worst case, she says, yeah, and the conversation will just move on to literally anything else. But here's the thing, you don't know anything about each other, so it's completely okay. It's completely okay start with small talks like that. So yeah, practice this boring conversation till they start to be fun. You will have to go talk to them at the bar, at the market, or at any place you see a cute girl. Yeah, you will have to go to the action. Second thing pros do, when someone gets a hand in their face to try to block the shot, they don't call a timeout or negotiate the technique. They just shoot anyway and they keep playing. If she says something like,
What a weird thing to say.
Rookie Steve would go blank in his mind and try to explain the joke or anything he said. He would literally crumple little by little with every word he's saying. Now, veteran Steve would just say, yeah, it's lame, it's all downhill from here. And keep the conversation moving. Another example, maybe she could say,
Do you always talk this fast?
Rook Steve would go shy and avoid talking again. Now, veteran Steve would just say, yeah, only when I'm drunk as shit, and doesn't change the speech at all. She also could say,
I don't like basketball, by the way.
Rook Steve starts explaining why he owns a basketball or anything to agree with her. Veteran Steve says, don't worry, I'm not going to play with you. Then they ask what she's drinking. See, it's easy. But the thing here is that Steve talks to them like he is defusing a bomb. The whole trick is talking to them like a guy who's just playing on the court with other guys. Playing on the court, you just doesn't give a fuck about what they think. See? That is the difference. He's shooting the shot no matter what. The contested shot was never the real problem. Stopping the whole game, stopping the shot to explain the shot, that's the problem. Well, now you know how to play like pro. But here's a thing that you need to know. An honest thing nobody in this genre tells you. Sometimes you got a great form, zero ritual, a relaxed shot, and still doesn't go in. That's not a shot selection problem. Some nights the defense is just better, and that's nothing to do with your shot. The players who last are not the ones who never miss. Nobody's have done that. They're the ones who don't stand at half court and start complaining to the referee about it. They miss, they jerk back, get on defense, wait for the next possession. And that's the whole skill. And yeah, it's less romantic than you want it to be. Sometimes the girl you're talking to is just not interested. Here, you just need to stop and go to the next one. Not because of your form, not because you left the basketball at home this time, not because of anything you did wrong. That's not a shot you missed, okay? You did nothing wrong. That's a shot that was never on the board. And no amount of practice changed someone else's preferences. The only move here is the same one. Shrug, walk it off, and go find the next hoop. There's always another hoop. Now let's go back to Steve, shall we? Same bar, maybe some girl, maybe a different one. Honestly, doesn't matter anymore, okay? This time, no post check, no hype video, no ball kissing. Steve, somebody please take the basketball away from him. Thank you. Now what you do? You and Steve, you just need to walk over and say hi. Is to make a move, just a move, and make this action like a friend, like just a normal game, not normal day, a normal person, cause she is a normal person, okay? And does it go in? Generally, who's counting? It's not a basketball game, okay? Just make action to the girls you're attracted to. That's the game to be a pro player. That's the game to be a pro in life. Some days night will be good, some won't, and it's totally fine once you keep trying.